podcast where I talk about the highs and lows of parenting, along with a gaggle of fabulous guests who share their experiences too. And that's not all. This podcast is for you, so make sure you follow us on all the socials for exclusive clips and send us in all your questions. My guest today you will know as Kim Butterfield in Hollyoaks, where she was last seen going to the Dominican Republic. Since then, she's become mum to Asa and Ari and has been touring all around the UK in various musicals. Today, my guest is Daisy Wood Davis.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you so much for coming on. It's so lovely to chat to you.
Thanks for having me.
Now, obviously, I am a big musicals fan, so I know you from all the musicals, but a lot of people will know you from Hollyoaks. So let's start there. What was it like being on such a massive TV show?
It was one of the wildest experiences ever because I think we all go into our jobs not to be sort of like recognised or I don't know for the fame side of it. And all of my jobs up until that point, I'd performed, but nobody knew who I was. And then when I joined in what year was it? 2014 I joined, especially up in Liverpool. So many people watch it and you just can't really go anywhere without people going like Kim and shouting at you, and it was such a weird experience from going from stage to screen, but I absolutely loved it. And I do say to all of my friends who are actors, like, if you ever get an opportunity to do a soap, you have to do it. It's like, it depends at what stage of life you do it at, because I was in like my early 20s. I said it was a bit like doing a paid uni.
Yeah.
Because I moved up to Liverpool and there's a real sort of cast vibe. Everyone goes out, there's a lot of drinking and a lot of partying, but you're being paid. So it's like uni, but better.
You said about like the season of your life. Would you ever return, or is having two small children and doing a soap like sort of a big thing?
I get asked this a lot. People DM me all the time being like, are you going to go back? Are you going to go back? Well, first of all, I've not been asked, so I'm not too sure what my answer would be unless I was actually asked. But logistically, it's difficult because obviously we're set up in London now, me and the family. But I would definitely consider it because I think it's the closest normal job you can get as an actor. It's like your Monday to Friday, you can book holiday, you get weekends off. And that's what, I'm sure we'll talk about it, but that's what's so difficult about musicals with having a family. It's just very difficult.
Yeah, and we will talk that. That's on my list. But
Mm.
obviously, you met your husband Luke at work. What was that like starting up a relationship at work? Did you keep it a secret for ages? Like, did other people try and set you up, or know all the goss?
Well, we knew each other before, so we were kind of friends-ish, but we hadn't seen each other in years. And then he just became, like I said, there was such a group up there. We used to go out all the time, and it was really sociable. And we were friends first, and then yeah, we fell in love. And it was kind of, I'm trying to think if we definitely kept it on the down low at first, yeah. And I think you're conscious that people are going to be like, oh, another like couple in the cast, that'll end in drama, as a few of them did, or they're going to break up and it's going to be awkward. So you're sort of like making sure that it's the real deal. But our characters had.
Yeah. I was listening to a podcast today where they were saying that meeting at work used to be like such the norm, and like everyone met their partner at work, and now it's like an HR issue. Like if you meet someone at work, like...
Yeah. I mean, how are people meant to meet people if it's not at work? So I think it's great because we come from the same world. At first, I was like, oh no, actors. I think lots of people are like, when you're an actor, don't want to be with another actor. But I now can't imagine not being with an actor because we just share each other's. We understand each other and what our ambitions are, and we support each other. And you really need someone to understand if you're in this industry. But yeah, it was, our characters had nothing to do with each other, and I was playing the lesbian as well, so there was no kissing, there was no like we weren't together on screen, which I think was kind of nice because I went to work and I saw him in the green room but not on set. And I think there was one scene where we were together on set, and once we were together, and I was just so embarrassed. I was really self-conscious of my acting in front of him, and I was like, thank God we don't do this very often.
I love that. It's interesting you say about like understanding, because I've had friends who are actors who have dated people who aren't actors, and then when they're like in a West End show and they have to snog someone, they're like, I can't believe you're snogging him.
Yeah, exactly.
And they don't understand that like literally a stage kiss, like there's nothing there.
No, and
Like,
especially when you're doing it
oh,
every night.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just awkward. Well, it's not awkward. It's awkward at first. In the end, it becomes almost like a choreography,
Yeah.
like a dance.
My husband, when he wasn't my husband at the time, but when I did panto and I had to snog Sean from Same Difference, and I hadn't told him that he was in there. And apparently on press night, all my friends just like bent around the row to look at him, like, "Are you okay?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's fine. I get it."
Is your partner an actor?
No,
Oh, he's not.
no,
Oh, I thought he was.
no.
Oh.
He works in tech. He
Oh.
used to be a model, so he used to do a lot of
I
like,
was going to say, I think maybe he's got an actor look
yeah.
about him, isn't he?
He did a famous advert, well, famous amongst our friends and family. It always gets brought up, and like whenever I do interviews, people always like show the clip of he was the Aldi hot cross bun man, and
No way.
it was him like mowing the lawn, and then he like opens up with his top off. Back when he used to be, remember the blokes at Abercrombie that used to stand outside with their tops off?
Yes,
He
yes.
used to be one of them.
Uh,
He like ripped open the packets of hot cross buns and like tipped them all over him.
oh, well done, Amy. You've done well. I mean,
I know,
what
yeah.
more could you want from a husband?
Exactly. I mean, I was always trying to get a West End boyfriend, but this is just. I hung around those stage doors like it was going out of fashion. Um, Now, when you had Asa, your first child, you planned to take 6 months off work, and after what was it, 10 days, you were like, "Cool, this is cool, but I'd quite like to be back at work now."
Well, is that there was a press thing about that, wasn't
Yeah.
there? Yeah. So what it was I think what people sort of don't understand is that we don't have mat leaves. They don't exist. So I didn't say to my agent at the time, oh, I'm going to take this amount of time off and no auditions, because obviously auditions will come in and they won't be for another like 6 months, or it might be a one day like a day player thing. So I think it was like 10 days after or 2 weeks after Asa was born, I had an audition come through. And that's where I was trying to say in a Insta story, which kind of got twisted a little bit, that there isn't, when you're freelance, it's the same in there's just no rest. And, as we also know, you can go for like 10 auditions and you might, if you're lucky, get one of them. Like, it's very hit and miss. So I did a self tape when he was 2 weeks. Yeah.
I think it's really hard. Like people, I mean, the beauty of our job is the flexibility, but also you are dictated by other people and other like things. Like when I was in hospital having Stanley, um, one of the nurses came in at 3 o'clock in the morning to just check he was okay, and I was on my phone. And she was like, "What? Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I've just got There's a giveaway that I've done, and I have to announce the winner tomorrow, so I've just got to work out who's won the giveaway." And she was like, "You had a baby like 24 hours ago." I was like, "Yeah, I know, but legally I've said I don't know why I put it that weekend. That's my due date weekend. I don't know why I
Yeah.
did that, because what happens if I've been in labour when I should have been announcing the giveaway, but whatever." But I was like, legally I've put the terms and conditions of this giveaway is that the winner's going to be announced tomorrow, so I have to sort this. And she was
Yeah.
okay, do you want me to change his nappy? And I was like, it's fine, I'll do it. It doesn't need changing. I've just done it, but I've got to do this. She was like, okay, well, maybe try and get some sleep at some point. I was like, okay.
Yeah, we are our own business, aren't we, essentially? And there's no PAs, there's no holiday cover, and there's definitely no mat leave.
The thing is, like, those auditions that came through, they're not going to be like, oh, she's had a baby. Like, okay, we'll wait a few weeks. They're like, the audition is this day, and
Yeah.
like self tape has to be in by this time.
Yeah.
At least, I mean, what are your views on self tapes? Obviously, like I said, I've got a lot of friends that are actors. Some are like, it's so brilliant, I don't have to travel into London for auditions anymore. Whereas other people are like, I like to be in the room.
Yeah, I don't know how, I can't quite work out what I prefer really. I think logistically it's much better, especially when you're a parent, being able to do it at home. Although, is it? I mean, my husband, I'm going to call it, sorry, you called him Luke, which is his stage name, but his name to me is Madge. So that's who I'm talking about when I say Madge. His name's Madge. he's actually changed his name to Majid now, so he's no longer Luke. But yeah, Madge does self tapes. That there's a place in Waterloo that he goes to now, and that is because the house is like it's an ogo. He can't get a silent minute, let alone half an hour, and I can't do it with him. And it's going to cause a marital at some stage because we want to direct each other, and we get all can I swear? Arsey with each other. We get angsty with each other. So yeah, it's I think it's good and bad, but I'd probably rather be in the room because I think a lot of jobs you do also get because of your personality and whether they vibe with you and whether they think they can work with you. So that's where you probably don't get as many jobs.
Yeah, I think it's such a tough one, isn't it? And like, I get what you mean about like people always say to me like, why don't you have Stanley at home when you're filming content? Like, how hard can it be to film content? I'm like, with a toddler, when I'm like
Yeah,
trying to do hair, makeup, lighting, camera, direction, storyboarding. It's like
yeah,
I'd rather work when he's not here and then have time with him when he is here.
yeah.
Um,
I think that's what I've learned a lot is that stop trying to juggle everything at once because then you're not going to do a good job of any of it. You're not going to do a good job of looking after the boys and you're not going to do a good job of with the job that you're trying to do. So it's better to actually just get them out of the house, even if it's for half an hour. Madge take them out. My mum has them, and then I shoot my content or a self tape, and
yeah,
not trying to like do everything.
exactly. How do you juggle being an actress, an influencer, a working mum, um, doing all of that? What's easier for you, having like TV work or being in a show?
Um, well, since I've had the boys, have I done TV since having the boys? No, I did a film when I was pregnant with Aizen, but I haven't done TV since they've been born. I've only done theatre, and it's hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard. Yeah, I mean, lucky that my last few jobs have been cancelled, to be honest. Bonnie and Clyde.
Well, let's talk about Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a casting announcement and a half. It was like you needed like a degree in Morse code to decipher that. So on this date, this person will be playing this, and this person will be playing this. I mean, to be fair, had that have happened, that was probably because a lot of you playing your role were mums, weren't you?
Yeah, yeah, Kath's the mum, yeah.
Um,
So
like that would have been helpful, basically job sharing. Was it done for that reason because you are all mums?
I don't think it was. I think it was, to be honest, I mean, I might be wrong because they never really tell you, but I think I got the gist that it was so Catherine Tildesley was cast first. And then I think she was shooting Good Murder. Is she on Good Murder? Is
I
that
think she is, yeah.
yeah, I think she was shooting Good Murder. So then they were looking for someone to fill those gaps. But then they did it with lots of other characters. So maybe it wasn't that reason. But I think it keeps it fresh as well.
Yeah,
And a long tour is a lot for people. And I think to keep the show alive and to bring in different audiences in
yeah.
different places as well, I think it's a good idea. If it had gone ahead, it would have been great.
Do we know why it didn't? I mean, I don't know if you're allowed to say, but or was it just like, sorry, it's not happening now?
Well, they said, I'm going to give you the juice, the goss. So they said to us in the meeting that we were called into, um, which was such a shock that it wasn't selling, but it was selling. It was. We had the week that they closed the show. We were in Nottingham. It's the week I opened. I only did it for a week. I was devastated. I'd been rehearsing since January for a couple of weeks. Had 2 months of Kath doing it, and then came in for a week to rehearse on stage, and then opened. And it was the next venue in Eastbourne where they closed. But the week where I opened in Nottingham, and everyone said it had been like that the whole time. It was completely full. There was so many people at stage door. You know how much people love the show. It's got such a cult following, really. Um, so I don't know what happened. I feel like finances weren't looked after, and it was devastating. It was such a like the tear, like everyone was heartbroken. And I think, you know, it'd been like a year in the making. They cast us like a year in advance, so there was a lot of build up, and I think particularly when you've got a family, logistics, and it was just I love that character, Blanche. I mean, if I ever get a chance to do that again, I would love to, because you know, and you just sit in a character so easily, and it's just so fun. So yeah, it was gutting, but hopefully it'll get put on again, and we'll get another chance.
You mentioned about stage door. What there is no right or wrong answer to this because I understand that everyone has their own preferences. Are you a stay and chat or are you a cap on run for my train?
Stay and chat always.
I say there's no right or wrong answer, but that's what we love. I am a stage doorer. Like literally, like all my friends that are actors, I knew them before Love Island because Amy from the stage door.
Really, I love
Fresh
that.
blow dry in a new dress, just trying to find a West End boyfriend. This was it. You know what I mean? Like,
Did you ever find one?
went on a few dates.
Went on a few dates.
Yeah, there was yeah. Um
We won't go into that.
wait till we stop recording. But yeah, and then obviously I haven't got a Western boyfriend, but I've got a very nice husband. But yeah, and then like a lot of my like friends were just like, she's really cool. I wanna because obviously I like before I had all my therapy as well, I was very like sparky. So again, I get like one of my friends came around for lunch the other day and she was talking about how she was in Matilda 10 years ago this year in London. And I was like, oh, so we met 10 years ago. And it's so weird, like when we're out socially, like she came to my wedding, like we're actual proper friends, not like, you know, people are like, oh, they're my friend because I see them at the stage door. We're like she came to my wedding, like she flew to
Ah,
Spain for my
that's
wedding.
so nice.
And people are like, so how do you two meet? And I'm like, at the stage door. But it's fine. Like we are actually proper friends. And people are like, and it's so funny with us two. Like when I say to people like, oh, I'm friends with her, like we met at the stage door, people are like, oh, okay, of course you're friends. And then she's like, oh yeah, I'm friends with Amy from Love Island. And because she's like older than me, people like all the young people in the cast are like, okay, of course you're friends with Amy.
Nobody believes in this
Nobody
friendship.
believes in this friendship, but we do. We do.
Ah, that's so nice. That's a nice story to remember when I next go to come out of the stage door, that you could meet a lifelong friend.
Yeah. Exactly. I loved how you said so we like for the listener, a bit of backstage gossip here. We do like a questionnaire for our guests before they come on. And there was something in yours that really like made my heart sing because I am exactly the same about how you don't want to become a boring family. Because I am the same. Like I am like I just want Stanley to have fun all of the time. Like whether that's like big things or little things, just like dance parties and like just having fun all the time.
Yeah, yeah, totally. I mean, I think that my parents are really, really fun. Like they're the friends' parents that are like friends with all of my friends because they like party, and they'll drink, have a wine with them, and you know, they're great socially, and they're just interested in my friends. And I want our house to be the place that people are going to listen and be like, yeah, well, it's never going to happen, but that, you know, Asa and Ari want to come back to with their friends and like have a drink once they're old enough. And you know, it's just an open house. And I think when I was younger, I'd go to, or even now, I can think of some families that are gorgeous, beautiful families, and this might not be for them, but they want to sit in on a Saturday night and get a takeaway and just watch TV, and it all is just a little bit flat. And I really just want to keep the energy levels up in this house always. And yeah, ultimately for us to always be having fun together.
Yeah, that's on my house was that. So not so much my friends because we were a bit older when we moved into the house that my mum and dad live in now. But my brother was like 15 and 14, 15 when we moved into that house. And he had the top floor, like a lounge and a bedroom. So he would be out and mum and dad would be in the lounge and they'd hear like the back door go. And they'd be like, oh, Sam's coming. It wouldn't be one of his friends who'd like pop their head round the lounge door, be like, hi, Sam's just on his way back, so I'm just gonna go and sit upstairs. Is that all right? Like, and mum and dad's house is still like people just turn up, walk in, nobody knocks on the door. Everyone just comes in and just is like, hi. And mum's like, here's the door going. She's like, I've got no idea who that's gonna be, but it's always someone with a bottle of wine.
I
It's
love that. And I do think we are missing that a little bit. We need to like, it's lovely hearing that we need like, I think it's sense of community. We lose a sense of community I think, particularly if you're in, like, I'm in South London, like outskirts of London, and I've got gorgeous neighbours, and it makes such a difference knowing that people either side of you like care about you and you care about each other, and if you want to borrow something, they'll lend it to you. And I haven't had that before.
No.
And yeah, I that's exactly what I want. Open door policy. I want to be, I'm such a feeder. I love food. So I always want to like feed people or people to leave with food. And I really want that to be something that Ace's and Ari's friends see in us.
Yeah, because my mum and dad's house is a very like entertaining house. They've got a big open plan kitchen with a kitchen island, like the where all the gossip happens.
Yeah.
Garden room, which is really nice to just sit out in the evenings and stuff. And I always say once we have an entertaining house, I want to do happy hour on a Friday. And like it's not invite, like everyone knows it's happy hour between like 5 and 8 or 5 and 7. And I do a different appetizer every week and a different like drink of the week. And anyone who wants to come can come. And like that's like my dream when we
Can
move.
I come?
Yeah, you can come down. I want to be the entertaining house. I'm so glad you said that. But your Asa seems like a real character from what you've said.
He is. He is. I do think it's that like everyone that meets him, even strangers, are like that don't even know what we do. They're like, he's going to be on stage, isn't he? He's going to be an actor. And it's funny. I don't think he's not in that like. He's not necessarily. He doesn't love attention all the time. He can be quite shy, but he just loves stories. He loves characters. Um, would read books over and over. I actually think maybe he might be like a director or like a writer or something because he loves stories. But yeah, he just, we've tried so hard to like do other play with him that isn't just pretending to be Elsa and Anna. I can't do any more Elsa and Anna, Amy. I know I sound like the worst mum ever, but if he asks me to be Elsa one more time, we do it all the time. So I'm like trying to introduce other things, like, should we do some drawing? And then he characterizes the pens and he's like, I'm Sven. No, I'm Olaf. And he's
No,
just,
I love how he knows already though, because everyone thinks that Elsa's the main character, but actually Anna is the main character, and I love how he knows that already.
he does. I mean, his main character is Sven actually at the minute.
Okay,
Yeah, he's
real
loving Sven.
characterization.
Yes, yeah. But yeah, he is a real character. He's very, very funny. And his favourite film is Sing. And like at my friend's daughter's christening recently, I'm Still Standing came on the Taron Egerton version, and he grabbed a mic and he performed it for everyone at the christening.
Iconic, iconic.
So iconic.
You say about Anna and Elsa. Now there was a whole thing, wasn't there, with your Instagram about Elsa wearing a dress, and
Yes, there was. Yeah. So we went to a play village and he wore, no, what was it? I'm trying to think back now. What started this? This was it. I picked him up from preschool and a teacher had said to me, "Oh, he looked so lovely today in the dressing up. He picked up a dress, like a, I don't know what kind of dress it was, maybe an else dress or I don't know." Um and he said to me, "Can I wear this? Can I wear this?" So the teacher said to me, I said to him, "Of course you can. You can wear anything you want." And I loved that because I thought I have chosen the right place for him to be. Now, don't get me wrong, because I don't want to paint a picture of Asa that isn't true. Asa is your very typical boy in the sense that he doesn't want to wear dresses all the time. He loves cars and racing and football and all of that. But he also likes Frozen and he likes dressing up in dresses. And because he's 3 and it's because he's playful and curious about the world, and that is how we should always be. But unfortunately we lose that and we become our stereotypes, don't we? So I just loved that the nursery made him feel safe to do that. And I put something on my story to say how proud I was of that, that I'd chosen the right place, proud that he wanted to wear a dress, proud that they'd reacted in that way. And I got the craziest DMs back. It was people saying, but 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 why should he wear it? Are you now saying that he's a girl? I tell my boys they shouldn't wear dresses, and I just think it's so sad on so many levels. For one, if your child who is a boy or a girl that wants to wear boys stuff, I think it's sad if your child wants to do that. It means that you're not letting them be themselves, and you're not letting them be curious, be playful. You're making it so serious from such a young age. But also, you're encouraging your child to be the bully of the, because what you're saying is that isn't normal. So when you see another child who doesn't feel, say for instance that they want to wear the gender stereotypical clothes that they wear, that they should be wearing, and they want to wear something different, it's going to be your child that mocks them for that, because they've been taught that. And I just think it's so irresponsible of parents and people. And where's people's kindness?
It's like Stanley, like obviously a lot of the time that I'm like sat still is doing my makeup for work. And Stanley obviously wants to be near me, especially when I'm doing like at the moment I'm in quite like a work heavy section of my life. When I do the Love Island podcast, I'm out every night. So he wants to be with me like whatever time he can. And he loves sitting on my lap, and he loves like feeling the brushes, and he loves like twisting because he's a doer. And so
Mm-hmm.
he loves like, twisting the lipsticks up and twisting them down and stuff. And he'll say, I want to do makeup. I want, because I say, like, Mummy's doing her makeup. So I want to do makeup. So he'll sit on my lap and he'll put lipstick all over his face, and then he'll get a brush and blend it out. So it looks like he's got, like when like girls play boys in like theatre productions and they do like the beard, like
Oh yeah.
it literally looks like that.
Oh.
And like I've seen like reels of mums showing this like before, like, my little boy sitting doing makeup, and the comments on those have been awful. And I think like I'm
Mind
not
blown.
forcing anything on him. I'm not making him audition for production of Everyone's Talking About Jamie. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's literally sitting with me, like he wants to be like me because he doesn't probably realise that I'm different to him because I'm his mum. And it's creativity at the end of the day. It's like he doesn't see it as like such like a female thing.
No, of course not. And we shouldn't do anyway. And I think I just think ultimately, when people feel like this, it's through fear. And what are they so scared of? What are you so afraid of? Are you really that afraid of a boy in a dress? That is just like, it's just pathetic. But yeah. And then, I mean, yeah, you just want to raise children that are authentically themselves, that are truly happy, and that are kind to others. And I think if you put those boxes onto your children, if you pigeonhole them and you don't allow them to do things like that, don't think you're going to create either of those three things in them.
Yeah. And like I've got friends that have done like boys who've done ballet from when they're 3,
Yeah, I did.
like in massive Hollywood films and in big TV series, like the biggest TV series in the world and stuff. And then I've got like friends that I know, friends whose husbands are like, no, draw the line, my boy will not be doing ballet. Like, and I'm like, it's actually really good for their core, but whatever, don't worry.
Yeah.
But again, it's like what are you scared of?
Yeah, yeah. I took Asa to ballet from when he was like maybe 18 months, and he was the only boy in the class, and all the girls had their gorgeous tutus and was like looked beautiful, and there was no uniform for the boys, so there was no like getting dressed up and going and having that same experience that the girls had. So while they were in their beautiful tutus, Asa was in like, yeah, tracksuit bottoms and a Spider-Man t-shirt. But he didn't take to it, which is absolutely fine. I just want to offer
Yeah.
everything, and whatever he likes we'll go with. He
It's
just wanted
private,
to.
isn't it? Like Stanley, we've got a video of him. Sam, like we bought this thing in Disney, which is like a Zerg that's got balls in it, and when you squeeze it, like basically the air like shoots the balls out.
Yeah.
Sam said, "I'm gonna do this at you, and when it hits you, you need to pretend like you've fallen asleep." So when he just turned 2 and we did it, and he goes, "Whoa!" and like falls on the floor. So everyone, when I tell them that, it's like, "Oh my God, he's going to be on the stage." And I'm like, but he also loves football, darts, basketball, golf. I'm like, I don't know where I'm going to fit all of this in. Like,
Yeah, and that's
I'm
yeah.
thinking, like, I would love to take him to a dance class just to get his energy out, but it's the same time as football. And he's started that. So I'm like, it's just
And you
time.
don't want to, put too much on them as well, do
Yeah.
you? Like classes wise, and like I think it is always fun to be like, oh, they're going to do this, they're going to do that, but ultimately they're so young. They're just being there. Like we just need to not sort of pigeonhole them of like, this is what they're good at, or just give them as many opportunities to find what they like and just play.
It's amazing.
Mm.
Well, thank you so much for coming on today. It's been so lovely to chat to you. Where can people find you on social media?
Instagram at Daisy_Wood_Davis. And I am on TikTok, but I'm so old. I'm not really. Not really on it.
I'm gonna have a look. It's there. But thank you so much, and I really hope to meet you in person soon.
Yes, but hopefully at a stage door.
Hopefully it's stage door. We can
That'd
become
be
best
nice.
friends. Thank you so much for listening today, and thank you to Daisy for joining me. I'll be back next week with another fabulous guest. Until then, please follow us on all our socials at Amy Hart's Mums Club on everything, and I'll see you next week. Mwah!